What makes a rodeo contractor legendary? Is it the size of their operation, the fame of their stock, or something deeper? In the world of professional rodeo, there are hundreds of stock contractors scattered across the world, but only a handful carry the weight of history, the dust of 1,000 arenas, and the respect of generations of cowboys. The name Korkow is one of them. But this isn't just a famous last name. It's the story of a man who had to fill the larger-than-life boots of his legendary father and somehow, against all odds, managed to cast his own massive shadow. Now, the question is, how did Jim Korkow navigate the pressure to keep a family legacy and maintain an almost unbroken presence at the National Finals Rodeo since 1959? That's over 60 years of grit, pressure, and unmatched consistency. But before we jump right into it, don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. You might know the name Korkow from the legendary Irvin Korkow, Jim's father. But here's what you might not know. Jim Korkow has been the driving force behind Korkow Rodeo for over 30 years, and under his leadership, the operation has reached great heights. Now, let's take it back to where it all started. Jim's father, Irvin Korkow, was born back in 1914 in North Dakota. He understood horses like nobody's business. Growing up in the 1930s and 1940s, he worked as a rancher and horse trader, and people throughout the region knew him as the guy who could spot a champion animal from a mile away. In 1958, Irvin made a decision that would change everything. He joined the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association and teamed up with James Sutton Sr. to form Korkow Sutton Rodeo Company. Talk about perfect timing. Professional rodeo was exploding, and in 1959, the very first National Finals Rodeo took place. And guess what? They had stock right there at the very first NFR. From 1959 all the way through 1968, when their partnership ended, they were at the National Finals Rodeo. That's the kind of consistency that legends are made of. But here's what made Irvin special. He understood something that a lot of people missed back then. He knew that the heart of a great rodeo isn't just the cowboy, it's the animal that challenges him. So, while other contractors were throwing just any animal into the arena, Irvin took a completely different approach. Over at their 20,000-acre ranch, the Anchor K, they were raising over 90% of their own bucking stock. When Irvin's partnership with Sutton ended in 1968, young Jim was right there, ready to help carry on the family tradition. And when Irvin passed away in 1993, just one day after his 79th birthday, Jim was prepared to take over. Imagine the pressure Jim faced in 1993. Most family businesses failed during secession, but the entire rodeo world was watching. Could this quiet man maintain the incredible standards that made Korkow Rodeo famous? The expectations were up the roof. The rodeo industry was changing fast in the 1990s. Prize money was getting bigger. Athletes were becoming more professional, and TV coverage was bringing rodeo to a brand new audience. People expected better presentations and higher quality competition. Jim recognized that Korkow Rodeo needed to evolve too, but without losing what made it special. So he came all out and invested heavily in the breeding program, built stronger relationships with rodeo committees, upgraded transportation for the animals, and made sure every single aspect of Korkow Rodeo screamed professionalism and quality. One of Jim's first major moves was to expand Korkow Rodeo's geographic reach. He knew that exposing Korkow horses to more competition would help identify the true champions and improve the overall quality of the program. And boy, did it pay off. By the mid-1990s, Korkow Rodeo was supplying stock to rodeos from coast to coast. Their reputation became legendary. In 1996, just 3 years after taking over, he was awarded Stock Contractor of the Year by the Women's Professional Rodeo Association. The WPRA award was a great one because it came from barrel racers, breakaway ropers, and other women's events. These athletes have very specific requirements for stock, and their recognition showed that Jim understood the importance of rodeo competition. But that was just the beginning. In 2000, Jim got nominated for the PRCA Stock Contractor of the Year award, putting him among the absolute elite contractors in professional rodeo. Even though he didn't win that year, the nomination sent a clear message that Korkow Rodeo was operating at the highest level. Then, in 2005, Jim was inducted into the South Dakota Fairman's Hall of Fame, recognizing his contribution to the state's Western heritage. This honor was particularly special because it came from his home state, acknowledging not just his business success, but his role in preserving South Dakota's ranching and rodeo traditions. The following year, 2006, brought another incredible honor. The entire Korkow family received the WPRA Lifetime Family Heritage Award. This recognized not just Jim's individual achievements, but the collective effort that makes Korkow Rodeo successful, including his wife Carol, their children, and all the extended family and employees. However, the most emotional moment of Jim's career came in 2009. That's when his father, Irv Korkow, Korkow was posthumously inducted into the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame in Colorado Springs. We're talking about the highest honor in the sport here. Jim accepted the award on his father's behalf, standing before the entire rodeo community to honor the man who built the foundation of everything Jim had accomplished. What made it even more powerful was that almost all of the members of the Korkow family made the trip to Colorado to be there for this incredible moment. This wasn't just recognition for Irv's contributions to the sport. It was also validation of Jim's efforts to preserve and build upon his father's legacy. The Hall of Fame induction proved that the standards Jim had maintained had earned him respect throughout the entire rodeo community. Jim's success didn't stop after his father's Hall of Fame induction. If anything, it motivated him to push even harder. In 2017, Korkow Rodeo took home the prestigious Remuto Award, a major PRCA honor that goes to stock contractors who bring the best bucking stock to the game. That year, they had 6 solid broncs make it to the Wrangler NFR. Fast forward to 2021, and one of their standout horses, Onion Ring, made great history. He started out in bareback, but switched over to saddle bronc riding and became a total legend. He was crowned the PRCA Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year. Jim's reaction to this was legendary. I wasn't surprised that he transitioned to saddle broncs so well, because we've been doing that with horses for years and years. This shows you just how deep Jim's understanding of his animals goes. He saw potential that others might have missed. Today, Jim continues to operate Korkow Rodeo with the same principles that have made it successful for over 3 decades. But he's also thinking ahead, working to ensure the operation will continue to thrive for generations to come. One of Jim's smartest moves has been developing the next generation of leadership. His son TJ has become a major part of the breeding program, bringing fresh ideas and new perspectives while maintaining the standards that have made the family name excellent. Jim and TJ represent the best of family business succession. TJ grew up in the operation, learning the same lessons that shaped his father, but he's also bringing new ideas and technologies that help keep Korkow Rodeo at the forefront of the industry. Jim has also been instrumental in helping the broader Korkow team. The success of the operation depends on skilled employees who understand the standards and share the commitment to excellence. Jim has invested in training and development, making sure everyone involved understands their role in maintaining the Korkow reputation. Jim's influence extends way beyond his own operation. He's been active in industry organizations, sharing his knowledge and experience with other contractors and helping to raise standards across the entire sport. His influence shows up in how other operations approach breeding, training, and animal care. This leadership role is especially important in an industry that faces constant questions about animal welfare and safety. Jim's commitment to the highest standards of animal care has helped set the benchmark for the entire industry, proving that you can maintain both competitiveness and compassion. His willingness to share knowledge and mentor other contractors has helped elevate the overall quality of rodeo stock across the country. This collaborative approach has benefited the entire sport, creating better competition and more exciting rodeos for fans everywhere. Now, here's a stat that will blow your mind. The Korkow family is one of only 3 stock contracting companies to have had bucking stock at all of the first 50 NFRs. The only year that Korkow Rodeo doesn't appear in the stock list for the NFR is 1982. That means for over 60 years, with just one exception, the Korkow family has had animals selected for the National Finals Rodeo. Think about what that really means. Every year, when the best cowboys in the world gather in Las Vegas for the sport's biggest event, they know they can count on Korkow animals to provide fair, challenging, and exciting competition. That's a level of trust and respect that takes decades to build and a lifetime to maintain. The rodeo world has changed dramatically since Jim first started working alongside his father. Technology has transformed how we breed, train, and care for animals. The sport has grown from small-town entertainment to a professional industry with millions of fans worldwide. Yet, through all these changes, the core values that built the Korkow legacy remain the same: respect for the animals, commitment to fair competition, and a dedication to excellence that never wavers. These are the values that Jim Korkow has embodied throughout his career, and they're the foundation of the next generation we build on. As long as there are cowboys willing to climb on the back of a bucking horse, and as long as there are fans who love watching the sport, the Korkow name will be synonymous with the very best that rodeo has to offer. And that's Jim Korkow's greatest achievement of all. Want to learn more about rodeo legends? Hit that subscribe button and let us know which rodeo legend you want us to profile next.